I wish I might have said that, but I never did.
You never said that?
I never said that.
And so Jeff says he's not actually said he was 6%. Well, he said he was 5.3. He's saying now I'm 6 or 7%. I don't know, but he stated in the video 5.3%. I remember it like it was yesterday. Remember that, Jeff? Coach Greg, in today's video, Jeff Cavalier says 6% body fat is ideal for men. The harsh truth. We're going to see, is that actually true? What percent is ideal? What's not ideal? What's healthy? What's perfect for you?
When people define aesthetics, they're not talking about the 15% body fat guy. That's not the ideal when it comes to aesthetics.
And so he's not wrong. It's not 15%. 15%, that is ideal for your health, not for aesthetics. If you're trying to get below 15% body fat, not making you healthier, less is not more. It's not the lower the number, the better. People need to stop thinking this, and 6% is not healthy either.
15% body fat is the ideal body fat for men to look and feel good. This is completely in contrast to the 6% that you're at and that you recommend. Don't you think you should be recommending the same?
Yes, exactly. Probably watch Coach Greg's video. Probably watch one of my hundreds of videos where I said that, men, 15%, that is ideal for your health. That if you try to go lower than that, well, you're just chasing aesthetics. Jeff, I don't think, says everyone should be 6% body fat. I don't think he's ever said that. He himself said he was 5.3% body fat. I know that because I did a video on it. I'm all over body fat percentage.
Maybe it's not 5.3%, but maybe it's 6 or 7.
I don't think Jeff is 5-point-something%, nor do I think he's 6, but I do think he's in that range, just slightly over 6% body fat.
I think we could break it down into like 3 categories, broadly.
Okay.
Aesthetics, athletics, strength.
And listen, I don't need to listen to a spiel for athletics. On average, for the most amount of people, 8 to 12% is considered ideal for athletics. And of course, it's going to vary. If you're a sumo wrestler, probably going to be higher. And if you're a marathon runner, perhaps in the Tour de France, maybe a little bit lower. But for the majority of people, 8 to 12%, that is ideal for athletics.
The biggest hallmark of someone that's never trained an athlete is when they make the statement that being lower than 15% body fat is going to compromise their performance as an athlete.
I think it goes without saying that everyone knew that some athletes needed to be lower than 15% body fat for optimal performance. Does anyone not actually know that? Jeff's pet peeve is when people say you shouldn't be below 15% body fat as an athlete ever. Did anyone ever actually say this, or is he inventing nonsense? Raise your hand, all the people watching this. Raise your hand if you thought a marathon runner should have 15% body fat or more. Not a single hand, Jeff. What's wrong with you?
Certain athletes can get to that level, much lower body fat levels, not 6, but much lower body fat levels.
And listen, when you're an MMA fighter or you're a boxer or competitor, the reason you're fighting at such a low body fat percentage is because when you diet down, you compete against smaller opponents. It's not at his ideal percent body fat for fighting. He's at that percent body fat because he doesn't want to fight bigger guys. If he increases body fat to close to 15%, the guy would literally be fighting up a weight class. And would that be beneficial? Of course not. And so some UFC fighters, they fight below what's optimal for them. They do so because they don't want to fight bigger guys. And so oftentimes people are maintaining a body fat percentage that's not ideal for them because it's giving them a competitive advantage due to them being in a lighter weight class.
Now, there's a general notion out there that if you are too lean, your strength is going to suffer.
Yes, of course. If you're too lean, your strength's going to suffer. You can't possibly maintain all your strength if you're on a cut trying to get single-digit body fat. It doesn't work. It's not possible. If you're doing a bench press and you're fatter, the bar literally doesn't have to travel down as far. And so, no, you can't go down to 6 or 8% body fat and expect to bench press or lift as much as if you're 10 or 20%.
You are not Thor Bjornsson. Nope. You are not Eddie Hall. You are not one of the elite level competitors in strength and powerlifting.
Just because you're trying to get stronger doesn't mean you have to go on a crazy massive bulk. You can, in fact, do both, but understand this. If you do get fatter, you are going to be stronger. But what do you really care about? Absolute strength or relative strength? Pound for pound, you're going to be stronger if you're a little bit leaner. Up to a point, of course, you try to get too lean and your relative strength is going to go down. And so as a powerlifter, I always tried to compete in the weight class that gave me the most relative strength, of which it was 90 kilograms. Remember, that was on performance-enhancing drugs. I could, of course, lift more weight if I moved up a weight class, but not in comparison to other people. But the main problem to consider is the more weight you gain, the worse it is on your health. Somebody like Thor, the mountain who's coming out of retirement trying to set the all-time powerlifting record, 2,606 pounds? That is not healthy. It's not even close to healthy. And the more weight he gains, the easier that's going to be. And so as he currently stands at over 370 pounds, probably going to have to go up to 450 to set that record. That is not healthy. It's not healthy to weigh over 400 pounds. Don't care if it's muscle, fat, it's not healthy.
Jesse, as you can see in these clips here, now a 550-pound deadlifter, squatter over 400 pounds. You know, things that people said he certainly couldn't do it and remain lean.
And so stating that Jesse can squat 400 and deadlift 550 while being lean does not mean that he wouldn't be stronger if he gained more body fat. Jesse, very lean, in great shape, and super strong, has great genetics for strength. Maybe not so much for building a lot of mass. He's not a professional bodybuilder, but he is very strong. But if he did eat more, increase his body fat to 15 or 20%, I'm certain his lifts would go up, in particular, the bench press. Not saying he should. Why should he? He's very strong for his current weight. And so his relative strength, probably very high. Could he get stronger if he gained more weight? Yes. But why would he bother?
Just because I'm at a lean level of body fat, and I don't know if it's 6 or 6.5 or 7.1, I don't know.
Notice he never stated 5.3, of which he said in a video. And so when people say, hey, Jeff's saying he's 6% body fat, they probably remembered you saying you were 5.3% in a video.
Finding your set point for your body composition is incredibly important.
And so here's the thing, as Jeff is saying, we all have a genetic set point of which our body fat wants to be in. Some people it's higher, some people it's lower. Some people who are extremely fortunate, the rare few, they perhaps can maintain 6% body fat and feel good. Majority of people cannot. Probably 99% of the world cannot maintain 6% body fat because it's simply not healthy.
Not once do I suffer from decreased energy. Not once do I suffer from decreased libido. Not once do I suffer from a lack of clarity.
And so here's the difference. Jeff is one of the rare guys with genetics to be lean. He was born with the genetics to say, hey, you are meant to be lean. Jeff could probably eat anything and everything he wants, probably never even hit 20% body fat. It's just the way it is for him. Other people, they struggle to get down to 20%.
I would estimate that 40% of the people that tried to achieve a 6% body fat level could never get there.
No, are you kidding me? He's saying 40% of people who would try to get to 6% could not physiologically get there. I beg to differ. Lock up those people in a room and say, all you get to do is eat apples and lettuce for the next month. How many of you think they wouldn't eventually get to 6%? Some might, in fact, die before, and so perhaps only 99% would do it. But it's certainly more than 40%. Everyone can get shredded. Not saying everyone should get shredded, not saying they wouldn't suffer, hate their lives, be starving all the time, have no energy. But let me tell you this, every single time I dieted to 6% body fat, hated my life, hated how I felt, was horrible. It's a nightmare. But I did that because I competed in bodybuilding, and to win bodybuilding, you have to get that lean.
Their body's going to physiologically give them the feedback that disallows their pursuit to continue towards that number.
Well, yeah, it's going to tell you, maybe you should eat more. This isn't fun. You're starving, you have no energy, eat more. Yeah, of course they are. Doesn't mean you can't physiologically get there. Perhaps mentally you can't, but physically, of course you can. It's not going to be fun, but you could certainly do it.
If you are trying to get down to that level and your body is rejecting you along the way, there's so many signs and symptoms that say, this ain't for me, and you turn around and go back.
That's why I keep telling everyone, try not to maintain single-digit body fat, because the vast majority of people, even when they get there, they're not going to enjoy it. You're going to be starving, low energy, brain fog, can't sleep, insomnia, all kinds of problems. Think of this. You look amazing. You've got your dream physique. It's 10%, perhaps 6, whatever. But is it worth it? You have a lower libido, crash libido, you can't get it up. Even with G-test to boost your testosterone levels, and with harder than last time to get you harder than last time, you know what I'm saying? Even with that, it may not work.
So what I would recommend is that you actually give this a try the real way. Adopt a healthier eating lifestyle. Better sleep, better recovery.
And so what do I say? I say halfway there. Jeff's saying, don't drink alcohol, do this, optimize this, do it for 20 years. I'm like, yeah, okay, you can, but everyone still has a genetic limit. And so my recommendation, it's about balance. Do the best you can to eat healthy. Do the best of you can to get in 150 minutes of cardio a week. Try lifting weights and eat a healthy and balanced diet. If you already have my cookbook and you're doing the best you can, wherever you are at the bottom, before you start feeling bad, that's your limit. If it happens to be 15, stop there. If it happens to be 20, that's good enough. If you're lucky, fortunate, you get down to 10, 9, 8, Well, good for you. Don't need to do it. But if you're just doing it for the aesthetics, need a girlfriend, boyfriend, circle friend, whatever, remember, you don't need 6% body fat. It's not ideal. It's perhaps ideal for a bodybuilding show, but not in the real world.
And what you do is you just simply work yourself back up until you find a body fat level that's the lowest that you can actually live with and enjoy, but still give you the aesthetic benefits that you're pursuing.
Exactly. The lowest body fat where you still feel good, where your life makes sense for you, and you're happy.
The 6%, I think there's maybe only 5% of people that can maintain that. And that's huge.
There's no way 5% of people can maintain 5% body fat. And remember, Jeff is talking about natural athletes. I'm not natty. I'm on HRT, professional bodybuilder, racing bikes, and 8 to 9% is the leanest I can maintain. And so if it's hard for me to maintain 8 to 9%, and I have above average genetics and I worked my entire life for this, how can you think 5% can maintain 6%? Perhaps 0.5%. If it's not maintainable for the long term, is it actually worth it? Please be reasonable, have realistic goals. Halfway there, you don't need to get to 6%. If you're 15 and are chasing perfection, it's not 6. Halfway there. And so for most people, the athletes of the world, those chasing perfection in all areas, probably 10% body fat. That's going to be the ideal for aesthetics, strength, athleticism, and so on, and not compromise your health. Not for everyone. Some people, they can't get there. They don't have the genetics for it. Their set point is too high and they can't do it. Some very fortunate few, they can get even lower than that. Hope the video helped. Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button. Remember, if you're looking for harder than last time supplements, for example, GO2 Max, Nenemen, get this before it's gone. The main ingredient, been shown in double-blind placebo-controlled studies to improve cardio performance, decrease blood pressure, decrease cholesterol, make you a better butter burner. The #1 supplement that I would recommend, GO2 Max, code Greg, 10% off. And of course, the cookbooks, all the supplements, the clothing line, code Greg 10% off. Click the link in the description. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm. Follow me on Instagram, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Watch the Tube Loops. And until next time, I am out.